They rose to the top. They fell to the bottom. They rose again.
My name is Big Aceves. I'm the co-founder of the Mongol Nation. If you ever see the patch, they made the patch after me. The second patch, there was 3 patches. And the reason they got the name Mongols, it's because they had conquered the known parts of the world at one time. So in black and white is because of the sheriff's cars. Black and white. And we used to fight with them all the time. And that's how we started in '69.
On Saturday, April 20th, Mongol Motorcycle Club co-founder Big Aceves brought together MCs from all over the country. The Mongols showed up and paid their respects to some of those who paved the way for them. Regardless of what club you belong to, or even if you don't ride at all, everyone got along well. While some on our highways shudder whenever they hear the unmistakable sound of a Harley behind them, this was the safest place you could ever be. Men who once did battle with each other were there to do battle for our veterans by raising money for them. If you want to support our heroes in uniform, it will cost you nothing but giving us a like and hitting the subscription button. There may be people other than Big Al who could have pulled all these clubs together, but I doubt it. To hear the best transformation story ever, listen until the end.
I'm Big Aceves, co-founder of the nation.
That's because you left early.
I don't care if you're an addict, I don't care if you're alcoholic, I don't care what biker, 1%er, I don't care what you are. If you need prayer, if you're in the area and you need deliverance, call me. Call me. And I will do what God would have me do. I'm never alone because Jesus Christ is on the throne. Yeah.
O'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I went back after I was shot I got hit 3 times. I went back. And they didn't let me stay the full time. They sent me home. They said I was nuts. So when I came home, you know, my wife was already with another man. My son was being raised by my mother-in-law. My mom and dad didn't want me. They said I was nuts. So I figured, what am I going to do to get money? Right away, I thought, well, I'll go to school, get some money, right? And then start dealing, do something, rob somebody. So I went to school. I ended up closing the school. You know, I ended up closing the school. I ended up opening a free college on Saturdays. I ended up helping the Brown Berets open up a free clinic. You know, I was with them when they took a town. I marched them into the town up north. You know, I mean, they would say, we're gonna do something. I did it. When the police set me up to kill me, one of the Brown Berets was a cop, and he picked us up, me and a friend of mine, and he had guns in the car. And I was laughing, looking, so what are you gonna do with these guns, dummy? And he goes, no, we're gonna go to Safeway and I want you to shoot out the windows. And I started laughing. I said, what? And it was at night. So I said, you know what? Went and bought some milk, emptied it, filled it up with gas, put a rag in it, went to Safeways. I threw the bottle on the window, blew up, boom, ran, left. They caught me a few blocks away, beat me up, put me in jail. But the cop told me, he said, if it wasn't for the Bradshaw bus, we were gonna kill you. But the bus blocked. And I thought about it, I said, they were there before me. So if I would have shot that gun, they would have killed me. He said, he was shooting at us. That cop set me up. You know, he was a hero and all that because he set up a lot of people. We used to live in back of my grandparents' house in another house. And I seen something moving a couple of times. And I would tell my mom, hey, there's somebody. But they never would see him. So one day I'm laying in the bed and I feel like someone sits down on the bed. You know how you could feel the bed move? And I said, oh. And I looked up. And then all of a sudden, I heard a voice say, you're not going to need for anything. You'll be all right. Just follow me. And so I agreed. I made my pact with the devil right there. I see my grandfather stab his son. You know, I seen guys thrown off a bridge when I was a little kid. You know, I was around the gangs and I would see what they would do. And, you know, it's just, I was never the good guy. Never I rooted for the good guy. I always wanted the bad guy to win. Even in the cowboy movies, I'd want the guy with the black hat. You know, all the cowboys had a white hat, the good guys. No, I was a black hat guy. The devil had me. She prayed for me and this thing left me. It screamed and left. And she said, we break that curse. That pact you made with the devil. I never told no one. And she knew. I met these kids in Texas and they had this guy with them. Oh, Al, this is so-and-so. He has a rough time. And then the little girl sat next to me. And her husband sat across and the guy sat here. And so I looked at him and his eyes went in a circle. And I said, I see you. And then the girl goes, what do you say? I go, he's possessed. And she leaped over you know how they had the tables. She leaped over the tables and her and her husband just like looked. And I said, let me pray it. And God was so good, he prayed it out of them. The grand jury had just indicted me. And they were looking for me again. I had got out on bail. They were looking for me. And these guys were getting together. They were going to join a club. So one day they asked me, they said, why don't you come with us, Al? Meet these guys. Because I was in pretty good shape. So I said, yeah, let's go, man. I didn't want to go because they were looking for me. But I went. And when we went there, this guy made a racist remark. And I told my friend, you know what, man, we ain't going to join it. And they went and sent for this big old guy. I beat this guy before he got off his bike. He didn't have a chance. And then after he went in, them guys said, oh, we're going to give you our patch. So I said, we don't want it. We're going to start our own club. And that's what we did. You know, and the reason they got the name Mongols, it's because they had conquered the known parts of the world at one time. So in black and white is because of the sheriff's cars. Black and white. And we used to fight with them all the time. That's how we started in '69. In East LA, when we were marching the first time down Whittier Boulevard, and we went to the park. They have a park there, Laguna Park. All the police were there. And I was carrying a sign with a 2x4. I took that sign off and started fighting the police with a 2x4. Well, a cop that was a highway patrol that knew me came, parked his bike right there, came when I was fighting. He goes, man, they're gonna kill you, Al. Run. So I got to the other side, I got away. I mean, I didn't know. I didn't know it was because I had made that pact with the devil that I didn't feel things like a normal person. And then using heroin, you really don't feel nothing. You know, it's just something inside of you that you can't control. Once you take one step to do it, there's no turning back. There's no turning back. We were in one bar, we went to another bar, and we started fighting. He was a bartender before he could get the bat or gun, whatever he's gonna get. I used to wear a chain around my waist, a primary chain, it's a motorcycle chain. And it had a big buckle, and I just got it and started hitting him in the face. What I feel, to be honest, is grateful that God has forgiven me. Because those people, they're never gonna forgive me. All those people we hurt, they're never gonna forgive me unless they become real Christians. But I know one thing, God has forgiven me. Yesterday I did about 15 baptisms. What a difference to what I was, what God has made me. What a difference. You know, I've traveled all over the United States. I used to go into all the prisons. I've been to death row in Texas. I've been to India. Not because I'm cute, not because I'm smart, because nobody's ever said I was smart, but because of my Lord and Master, Jesus Christ.